Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to give out 4 selections for a very good day's race, and I for one cannot wait. And we're going to start over at Wetherby in the 2:45 in a very competitive handicap hurdle over 3 miles, and I like authorised art in this one, which is one of many which go for Willie Mullins, but I think this could just be his best chance of a winner at 20 to 1 in the betting. Now this horse is very lightly raced. He's only had the 8 starts in his career and only one of them have been over 3 miles, and that's when he was significantly upped in trip last time on his handicap debut as well. He finished 7th that day in a field of 27 I think it was, and it was very impressive because he was one of the few horses that actually got into the race from out the back. Most of the winners were, and winner on the placed horses were up there with a pace, and this horse was quite far out the back, so I think he did a lot of work to get close enough in a race where they didn't go too quick. And I think off the same mark today, if he's ridden a slight bit more prominently, I think he will be held in mid-division or further back because he can be keen, especially over this longer trip of 3 miles. But if he can settle today, authorised that, it's one of them horses which you're looking at thinking, have I missed something? Because I definitely do not think this is a 20 to 1 shot. If you look at some of the horses short in the betting, this has the profile of horses which goes well here, which is experience in these big field handicap hurdles, but is also open to a load of improvement. Off 130, as I said, I think he could be a couple of pounds ahead of the handicapper, which might allow him to run a very big race and even go and win at 20 to 1. That'd be a great start to the day. Over at Wetherby in the 4:10, I like Royal Mogul, and I'm there in person today, so I'll be definitely cheering this horse home. He's had 2 starts in bumpers. One, his debut, he's chucked into a listed race at Cheltenham, and he finished 7th out of 8th that day, but that definitely did not tell the full story. They went very slow that day, and Paddy Bunham had in about 15 lengths off the lead, which was never going to suit, and he did his best work at the end to get close enough, and he did hang left that day, which would be a concern. And in his start actually at Southall, he looked like winning it, then hung left and chucked it away, and Paddy Bunham didn't go too seriously from there. But I think with Sean Quinlan booked, I'm willing to give this horse one more chance at 7 to 1. He does come with his risk attached, and I won't be going too big on him, but for sure this horse could be ahead of some of the others in the race. Now there is a Dan Skelton gamble going on in this race, which would be a concern. He's called Don Hollow into 3 to 1 from 5 to 1, and when the money comes to the Skelton horses, they do usually deliver. But for me, I still think Royal Mogul could definitely get a place and even go on and win this race at 7 to 1. Over at Musselburgh, the 3:45, and I like the Wolf at 5 to 2. Now the trip is the question mark up to 4 miles. He's never run over any further than 3 miles too, but I think if he can stay this trip, he looks very well handicapped off a mark of 137. He's already shown some very good form off a mark of 135 when he ran 2 for gold all the way at Doncaster, only a few lengths behind, and that run at Cheltenham recently was very decent, finishing 2nd in a competitive race, only 2 lengths off winning. He's up a pound from that, but I think this horse does seem one that's well handicapped, and the favourite is a Paul Nicholls horse, whose horses really aren't firing at all, so be willing to count that one out. And I think this one is clear of the rest of the Wolf at 5 to 2. With Adrian Heskin, I think he'll get the Wolf jumping nicely and give him a nice patient ride, and hopefully he'll be doing his best work at the finish of the 4 mile trip and hopefully landing a nice 5 to 2 winner. Now over in the Irish Gold Cup, I'm going to stick with Kenboy in this, who hasn't been the strongest in the market. He's out to 7 to 2, but his course form over here is pretty insane, to be honest. He was only a length behind Galvin and Aplutard last time, and I think that form is very good. He got lonely out in front as well. If he had a little bit of company, I think that could have helped him actually. There has been people saying that Frodon in the race might not suit him the best, but I think Paul Townend was saying he got a little bit lonely out in front, and if he has Frodon there taking him a long way into the race, this horse definitely does suit this trip. And if you look at some of the other market leaders, Astarian Forlonge, who definitely does have a big day in the sun, and I do really like this horse, but he hasn't finished his last 2 starts, so I wouldn't be sticking with him at around 3 to 1 in the betting. And Manila Indo was so bad last time that I just can't fancy this horse. And we've got quick enough ground today at Leopardstown, which Kenboy really does suit. He seems to really get going on this slightly quicker ground, and that would suit at 7-2. So that's going to be my final selection of the day, Kenboy in the Irish Gold Cup at 7-2. So just to run through my selections one more time, we've got 2 over in Ireland in the 245, authorised that at 20-1. Hopefully he's well handicapped and get us off to a good start. We've got Kenboy in the Irish Gold Cup as well. I think he's the safest bet at 7-2, and his course form is something else. Over at Musselburgh in the 345, the Wolf is short enough at 5-2, but I still think he has a decent chance of winning. And finally, a very risky horse in Royal Mogul, but no doubt he has some ability in the 410 at Wetherby, hopefully sealing off a very good day of racing. So them are 4 selections. Let me know your nap in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.